Jai Bhairav. A warm welcome to Astro Gibu Gyanwani. We pray that every step you take move towards knowledge and that the path which was unclear till now becomes clearer day by day. Because in life, the most important thing is to see not only with the eyes but also with the depth of the mind. And when we learn the difference between the real and fake, illusion and truth, then even a world full of deception, truth will find its way. So let's move ahead towards today's topic. You may have noticed that in Sanatan Dharma, it is never said that wealth is bad. On the contrary, it is said a tool, not the final goal. It is said that money should help you balance the four purusharthas of the life. What are those four purusharths? Those are dharma, arth, kam, and moksha. Sanatan Dharma says that which increases your positive tendencies but does not make you lose your wisdom, that is true wealth. So, wealth is called Shakti. Shakti in the sense a power that, if in the right hands, can change the society, and in the wrong hands, it can destroy even the person who has it a lot. Along with the wealth, misfortune can also come. Always remember this. Now, do not take this as fear, take it as understanding. Because Rahu works in extremes. If it gives suddenly. And if it takes away whatever the wealth you have earned from the hard works and whatever the fame you have earned, it can take away too, and it does so forcefully sometimes. That is why when we talk about Rahu, we must understand not just the wealth part but also its psychology. The day your Rahu gets activated, the whole world will feel like it's asleep. Because when Rahu starts moving in your chart, money can suddenly appear as if an invisible path has opened. No warning, no knock, just direct results. When Rahu is in your favor, it is not only giving you the money, but also it gives a shock. A shock in the sense a good one. You may suddenly get work where you don't even put in much effort. All the money flows like an invisible ATM has opened just for you. So these are the two perspectives or aspects of Rahu. One way it is giving you the opportunities, and on another way it is snatching from you too. But when and how does this happen? That is very much important to learn. Are there certain dashas or are there certain houses or yogas that show Rahu is in jackpot mode for you or a snatcher? Now listen carefully. There's a shlok of Bhagavad Gita that is from chapter 4 and it is verse 16. You can search it on Google. You may find that shlok. It means that what is action and what is inaction. Even the wise get confused by this. This is said in Bhagavad Gita. But the one who understands the true action gets freedom from the inauspicious. Now think, if you are suddenly getting money, or maybe suddenly receiving a legacy, or sometimes becoming a billionaire because someone invested for you in the stock market, or some of the other cases, is this karma or akarma? Is it destiny or illusion? This is where Rahu plays with us. Rahu gives fast, but never for free. Rahu basically tests you. It gives you wealth but also checks if you can handle it. And this is what teaches you how to use wealth without getting trapped in its illusion. So, when Rahu forms certain specific conditions, or we can say yogas in your chart, in your Lagan chart, only then it opens the doors of wealth without warning. And the most important thing here is Rahu never gives a warning. It will never give you a warning, or even it will never give you a hint. It just acts. That action can make you a millionaire, a billionaire, or trap you in illusion instantly and bring you down to zero. Once you were hero, but now instantly Rahu became you a zero. That's what happens. And I think many of you can relate this, especially in the Rahu Mahadasha. It happens a lot. So, in this topic, in this entire video, we will learn about those mysteries, those mysterious conditions where you can get unexpected wealth, and also understand the responsibility that comes with it. Because just if receiving the money is not fair enough, keeping it and creating value from it is the real karma or real responsibility. And that is what takes you towards freedom from inauspicious. Now you may be wondering that there are thousands of topics in astrology, or you can see thousands of videos on YouTube too, but why Rahu and sudden wealth gain is being highlighted in this video? See, because this is not everyone's chart. The conditions which I am going to tell you, these are not found in everyone's chart. It is rare, it is hidden, and most importantly, no one discusses it openly. Behind this is a deep mystery, such sharp intelligence that it can shake your entire financial mindset. So, whatever is unexpected, that is the real test of life. And Rahu is the master of the unexpected things, unexpected wealth, unexpected gains, unexpected growth. These all are caused by Rahu. So, this topic is also important because it not only gives you money, it gives you a new way of thinking. It breaks your old beliefs and then gives you a new understanding. A mindset that values effort but also understands the justice. That's why this is important. Because today, you might have seen this, that people think that everything is possible only through hard work. I don't believe in that. And Shastras and our Shastra, astrology says hard work is important. It is indeed important. But if time, if planets, and your past life karmas are not aligned, then the result will not come. Even if you do the hard work for the 100 years long way, then also you will not get the desires or the desired goal which you were expecting. Just because some on the other way the time was not correct, or the planets, their positions or their condition is not appropriate, or most importantly, past life karmas are not aligned in the right way. So, in these cases, the result will not come. But I would say that when we say sudden wealth gain, it does not mean money will fall into your lap without doing anything and so and so. No, not at all. This sudden is not magic. I did not mean that sudden. It is the result of your past efforts and smart positioning. Suppose you once bought a small piece of land and suddenly its value shot up, or a friend started a startup and you casually invested, let's say 10,000, and in a few years it became in crores. Its value increased and it becomes in crores. Or if you can say, you once helped someone selflessly and later that person financially uplifted you unexpectedly. Means you don't have any clue about that, about any of the incident, and it certainly happened with you. So, this sudden word in this video, I don't mean that sudden is a kind of magic that yes, if you call the name of God, then their God will appear in front of you or they will get a sight of to you. No, that kind of sudden I don't tell you. The sudden means here which is unexpected or out of your expectations. So this is the kind of sudden I'm talking about. The fruit of effort wrapped in the element of surprise. This is as simple as that. And this is where Rahu enters with its mysteries. It basically amplifies your efforts and returns them with a twist. That's the basic nature of Rahu. So, you have understood about today's topic. You have understood the meaning of sudden to the sudden wealth gains. So, today we will be talking about the conditions in your horoscope, in your Lagna chart. So, listen carefully, note down those conditions, and I will try to explain you as much as I can. If you still have any doubts, you may ask in the comment section below. So now let's begin today's video. So first of all, let's talk about the first condition in which Rahu can give you unexpected or sudden wealth gains. So if your Rahu is placed in dual signs in your Lagna chart, and which are these signs? These are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. These are called dual signs because these have always a dual nature. Now, if Rahu is sitting in any one of these signs, then something special has already started with this position. But the full picture is still left or is not in front of your eyes. Now, the rulers of these signs, let's say that for Gemini and Virgo, these are ruled by Mercury planet. And Sagittarius and Pisces are ruled by Jupiter planet. So if your Rahu is in any one of these four signs, four dual signs, and the ruler of that sign is placed in the Kendra houses, meaning the first, fourth, seventh, or 10th house. Understand this, and again repeating that if Rahu is placed in Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, or Pisces, if it is placed in 3 number, 6 number, 9 number, or 12 number, and the Lords, if your Mercury or Jupiter is in the Kendra houses, which are first, fourth, seventh, and 10th, then this is a strong condition which is being formed here. And if that same ruler is placed in the 5th or 11th house in some case, then it's like your Rahu has become a blessing for you. It's a very good position. Now here's the amazing part. When Rahu in its dasha or transit passes through these houses, you may get a big financial gain. I am talking about the transits and Mahadashas or Dashas. It can be Antardasha, Pratyantardasha. And not just in any gain, I won't say life changing, but yes, it can be mind blowing. So, the gain can be something like money coming from an old investment which was unexpected, or some stock money finally being returned, or suddenly getting an offer that takes your financial condition to the next level. But you will need to be a little careful with this too. If your Rahu is in the dual signs too, but their ruler is placed in the 6th, 8th, or 12th house, Means if Mercury or Jupiter anyhow are placed in these three houses, then before you get the benefit, there will be some obstacles. Meaning the work will be almost done, but that at the last moment, at the very much last second, something or someone will spoil it. And this is Rahu's classic trick. Works get done at 99% and at 100% everything flips totally. Like when you are about to catch the bus and at last moment it leaves. Or you are about to get an offer, maybe a big life-changing offer, but it goes to someone else. Like it happens with the most for salarized person. You are going to become a manager, but someone else took it at the last moment and you are going to know that. So this is the same game Rahu plays when its condition is weak. So there's a tip for you which I can give. If your Rahu is in such a sign and its rural is in the right place, means in the Kendra houses or anyhow in the 5th or 11th house, then this is your golden window to work hard. But if the ruler is in the 6th, 8th, or 12th house, you have to be extra cautious about this. Otherwise, Rahu will trick you in such a way that you won't even understand where it went wrong. And yes, don't be afraid after hearing this. Because Rahu's job is to put you in such situations and then give you the strength to come out of them. You just need to use your wisdom and patience. And remember, if you understand Rahu's position in your chart correctly, Rahu cannot only give you or create big struggles, obstacles, but also make a great winner. The other factors in your chart, especially the positions of Jupiter and Mercury, will play a very big role. Now, again, I'm repeating, you don't have to see both the planets' position. In which sign it is placed. Suppose your Rahu is placed in Gemini in 3 number. Then you will see Mercury. If Mercury is placed in Trik houses or Kendra houses or 5th or 11th house. If Rahu is placed in Sagittarius sign 9 number, then you have to only look for Jupiter, that where it is placed. That's it. You don't have to look for both of these planets because in which sign Rahu is being ruled there in any of the house, that matters a lot. And the planet or the ruler of that sign matters. So always take proper guidance from a good astrologer. You can contact us. You can put a comment section below so you can move to the right direction. Otherwise, Rahu can confuse you a lot. So that was the first condition. We will talk about the next one. And the next condition says it can be like Rahu enters in a more spiritual setting and then starts doing money related work from there. Understand this clearly. If in your birth chart Rahu is sitting in Jupiter's signs, that means Sagittarius or Pisces. If Rahu is placed in 9 number or 12 number, these both are the signs ruled by Jupiter. Then your Rahu becomes a little more cultured. Why does this happen? Because normally Rahu is unpredictable, a planet that creates illusion. But the moment it enters Jupiter's territory, Jupiter's signs, its attitude becomes more controlled. The usual stubborn and confused nature of Rahu becomes calmer under Jupiter's vibe. But the story doesn't end here. If Jupiter itself is placed in a good house in your chart or is in a strong position, and on top of that, if Jupiter's aspects is also falling on Rahu, then Rahu has worn a suit and tie and is now ready to give you money, but in a classy way. Meaning you will get money suddenly, but it won't feel luck and chance. It won't feel like that. It will feel like, yes, this is the result of my hard work. But in reality, it is the Rahu and Jupiter's combination working silently in the background. And this combo doesn't just give you the money which you expected, it is also giving you respect, social honor, and recognition. Because Jupiter's job is to build your image, and Rahu's job is to make that image go viral. So when they work together, you get both money and name at the same time. And people start saying, this person is really smart. Now, if Jupiter is a little weak in your chart, then it's simple. Give support to Jupiter. And to strengthen Jupiter, you can do a very simple thing. Now, let's say, for example, if Jupiter is your significator, means your Karak planet, you can wear a yellow sapphire. But without any good confirmation or guidance, you can't wear that, because for that, we have to also see what is your zodiac, your birth zodiac, your constellation, and your ascendant. On the basis of that, and also what is the degree of your Jupiter, or in which sign it is placed, in which constellation it is placed, these all things we need to see if any planet is aspecting on that. So it is an alternative remedy for you. And even if it is not your Karak, your significator planet, then you can do mantras, you can do charity, serving the Brahmins and doing religious works will still bring Jupiter's energy in your favor. And this is not a kind of TV ad style, a promise of wearing like yellow sapphire and money will rain. Nothing like that happens. But yes, your mind will become clearer, your decisions will get better, and Rahu will start giving you good results without any unnecessary drama. But still, before wearing that, you have to test it. And now, one more small point, the Jupiter and Rahu combo clearly says that it clears the ways for money in your life. Sometimes you get results of past karmas, sometimes help comes as someone's blessings, and sometimes your own hard work hits unexpectedly. And whatever happens, it will happen suddenly. It could be a salary hike, it could be a profit from a past investment, or someone returning a loan you had given in past, or an idea that suddenly starts giving you side income. All this may feel like normal things to you, but astrology says this is the Rahu and Jupiter's teamwork. Now let's directly come to the third condition. Now these are those special placements where if Rahu sits in your chart, money sometimes enters your life the way an old debt is returned without any prior notice. Now, if your Rahu is in the second, fifth, 10th, or 11th house, then your connection with money is automatically activated. But this absolutely does not mean that you will sit on the rooftop and money will start raining from the sky. Nothing like that happens in real life. Here, sudden wealth gain means you are doing your work honestly, and suddenly, through a deal, through a big amount of money comes in, or some stuck money gets returned to you, or we can say from the same work you do daily, an extra income source opens up without you expecting it. This is the real sudden we are talking about. It doesn't look like dramatic at the first moment, but it leaves a lasting impact on your life because it is unexpected. It is not a magic. It is unexpectedly happening into your life. And the special thing is, all this happens without any shortcuts. You are working hard, but Rahu is silently activating your karma in the background. It could be an old payment being returned to you, money coming suddenly from an old investment, or unexpected financial help from a friend or let's say a relative. So calling these all is just luck would be a wrong thing because this is an astrological design working in your favor. Now remember one thing, the second house and the 11th house are directly connected to your money and gigs. And when Rahu sits in these houses, it doesn't work through normal logic. It is very job is to create some surprise in your life. And when Rahu is in the fifth house, let's say, interesting things happen there. You try something new, you get an idea, and it works. Sometimes such ideas succeed that even you didn't, believe in at first. This side effort suddenly started bringing in money, and that's the pattern here. If we talk about 10th house, then Rahu brings a twist to your career. You might get money from a type of work you never planned for. And people get confused, wondering that how did this person achieve all this? But yes, there was effort, but Rahu also made the path. Now, one more thing, what I am telling you is not just, textbook theory. It is not textbook based. Many astrologers have mentioned in their research, or you can say have mentioned in their case studies, and even it is written in our Vedic scriptures that when Rahu is in these four houses, financial breakthroughs happen. And they happen without big drama. Just with a little delay, your work or the sudden gain can be a little delayed, but it will not vanish from your destiny. But always remember, Rahu never gives a free gift. Its style is a little tension, a little infusion, and a little wait. And then suddenly it gives you. At the end moment, when you don't even realize, when you are even in such big obstacles, you have been covered up from all the four areas, from all the four directions, and at the end, at the single second, Rahu gives you that sudden benefit. That's how its pattern is. So if you ever feel in your life, I never expected this money, but I got it, then just say a thanks to Rahu once because that is exactly the sudden wealth gain that Rahu silently delivers to you. Let's move on to the fourth condition about Rahu. And in this fourth condition, this point is, kind of little different, but very real. Honestly, most people take it lightly, but the real clue is hidden here only. Listen carefully now. Rahu is considered as the planet of Shuddha Varna. Means Shuddha Varna in the sense pure class. Now you might be thinking what is the Shuddha Varna thing and all of that. In simple words, if I could explain, Rahu's internal nature is connected to Vaishya Varna, which is the class of people who are, involved in trade, involved in business and pure work oriented activities. This means you have to calculate your Varna from the Panchang, which is your Hindu calendar, and you find that you belong to the Vaishya Varna or your nature is work and action oriented. Then Rahu slowly starts giving you good results in life. And the interesting part about this is even if Rahu's condition is weak in your chart, but you're in Vaishya Varna, then Rahu doesn't harm you much. It stays chill, like you are my kind of person and I won't trouble you too much. That's what Rahu thinks at that time. But if you belong to a warrior or a knowledge oriented Varna, which is Kshatriya or Brahman, Rahu shows a little attitude there. It's like you are not a kind of vibing to Rahu, or you are on the path of knowledge or power, while Rahu is all about illusion, glamour, and outer success. So you and Rahu are clashing here. And that's where some problem starts. In such cases, even if Rahu is well placed and making good yogas or Raj yogas, the result don't come fully. You will see situations where it looks like everything is almost about to happen, but it stops midway. And that's the clue that Rahu is mismatching without or with your inner nature. Now, don't think Rahu is plotting against you. No, it's just that if your inner nature doesn't match with Rahu's nature, and Rahu gets confused that should I give illusion or clarity. And we all know that confusion is where things get stuck. Also, if you are of Vaishya Varna or have a work oriented nature, which means you like doing deals, handling money, being among people, using a bit of diplomacy, then Rahu supports you, even though it's known as a slightly tricky planet. But if your nature is simple, if your nature is truth loving, knowledge focused, or power oriented, and you want clarity, stability, and discipline, then Rahu doesn't fit well there. Instead, it may confuse you, delay your work again, and give you fame but take away from your inner peace. Now, this doesn't mean you can't, get results from Rahu in this such a case. It just means that you need to work a bit smarter with it. For example, if you're a Brahman or Kshatriya Varna, you will need to put an extra effort and guide Rahu's direction carefully to get the benefits. And the most important thing is check your Varna from Panchang. That will tell you your inner nature and how Rahu will behave you. Now let's quickly talk about the fifth condition of Rahu. And I could say here's the exciting part. And this is one. You get both fame and money in this condition. Now, if Rahu is in your birth chart and is sitting with a planet that is already forming a Raj Yoga, which is in astrology in the sense a powerful combination for success, for fame, for money, and all the desires or the luxurious life you must have, imagined out of it. So, this means that planet is already set to give big achievements. Then Rahu comes in and makes it even stronger. Think about it. Let's say a planet that's already ready to give you success, wealth, prestige, name, and overall everything good. And suddenly Rahu shows up and says, mind if I join in? And that planet then becomes even more energetic. Did you understand it? So Rahu doesn't interfere here, but instead it boosts that planet's power. Your results come faster, people start taking you more seriously, your work gets more visibility, and the respect you deserve finally starts coming your way. Now, for example, to make it more understandable, the Rahu is sitting with, let's say, Sun planet. And how it is forming? Your Sun planet should form any kind of Raj Yoga. It could be through which house, according to the house allocation, like if it is placed in first house, then it is also forming a Raj Yoga, because in first house this is almost, considered a auspicious placement. But rather than that, if the house in which it is placed is not very much auspicious, then you can say for the other Raj Yogas. Let's say your Rahu is placed with Sun And for Sun, there's one Raj Yoga which is being formed, which is Ubhayachari Raj Yoga. Now, in this Ubhayachari Raj Yoga, you might not be familiar with that, so I will explain. But we will make a separate video on the Surya's or the Sun's Raj Yogas which are being formed. There are kind of 4 or 5 Raj Yogas which Surya forms alone. So, accordingly, soon in the future, we'll post a video on that. But as of now, what is this Ubhayachari Raj Yoga? Let's say from the Sun planet, this yoga is formed when planets are present on both the sides of Sun. Suppose, let's say your Sun and Rahu, these are placed in, let's say, third house. So both the sides, both the houses, you have to say, that is in preceding and succeeding houses. Now let's say preceding, if we go preceding to the houses, you will find Mars there. Succeeding houses on succeeding houses, which will be your fourth house, then there, let's say, Jupiter is placed. Means in your Rahu and Sun was in the third house, and on the second house Mars is placed. On the fourth house Jupiter is placed. So that is also forming a Raj Yoga. Your Sun is forming a Ubhayachari Raj Yoga. Now in this you have to keep one thing in mind, that Moon, Rahu and Ketu should not be there. And anyways, we are considering Rahu is already conjuncted with Sun. So here you can see Moon and Ketu should not be there, preceding and succeeding houses in both the sides. So this is how you have to see. So in this case, Rahu, or sorry, the Sun is forming a Raj Yoga. So in this case, Rahu is conjuncted with Sun. So Rahu will obviously give you good results. Now there is another Yoga, which is Veshi Yoga, which is also formed by the Sun planet only. Now it occurs when a planet is positioned in the house immediately following the Sun in a birth chart, with the exception for the Moon, Rahu and Ketu. Again, excluding Rahu from this list because it is already placed with the Sun. So this is how you have to see what kind of Raj Yogas are being formed. So there can be plenty of planets, like not taking Sun as the example, it could be Jupiter, it could be Mercury, it could be Saturn. Any of these planets can form Raj Yoga simultaneously. And if Rahu sits in any of these houses, in any of these planets, then it can give you auspicious results. Now let's move ahead with the last condition of Rahu. And listen it carefully because this one is little tricky to understand, but its effect runs very deep. Let's understand it. I'll try my best to explain. If Rahu in your birth chart, in your Lagan chart, if Rahu is placed or sitting in movable signs, which are Chara Rashis, or fixed signs, which are Sthir Rashis, these are two categories of signs. I'll make a separate video on them too in future. But let's give a little definition about that in this video too, so that you will not get confused. Now, movable signs, these are always in motion. And these are what signs? Aries, Cancer, Libra and Capricorn. You have to look that if Rahu is placed in 1 number, 4 number, 7 number or 8 number, then it is said that Rahu is placed in movable signs, which are Chara Rashis. Coming to the fixed signs, which are Sthir Rashis, and these are more settled in nature. These are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio and Aquarius. Now in these signs, suppose let's say Rahu is placed in your 3 number, 5 number, 8 number Aquarius, which is your 11 number. So this is how you have to see that it is placed in fixed signs. So By this, you will be getting to know that in which category it is placed. I think I before told that Capricorn, for Capricorn in the movable signs, I am again repeating. For movable signs, if it is placed in 1 number, 4 number, 7 number, and 10 number. I accidentally said 8 number, but you have to see if it is placed in 1, 4, 7, or 10 number. For fixed signs, if it is placed in 3 number, 5 number, 8, or 11 number. So this is the summary of all the both the two concepts. Now, if Rahu is sitting in any one of these 8 signs, whether movable or fixed signs, the first thing to check is who is the lord of that sign. Then look at where that lord is placed in your birth chart, and that is where the real game begins in your birth chart. Now, for example, if Rahu is in a movable sign, clear movable signs, as I told you, these are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Clear with this thing. And its sign lord has gone to the 6th, 8th, or 12th house. Let's say if your Rahu is placed in Cancer, means it is placed in your 4 number. Then for Cancer, the lord is moon planet. And it is placed in 6th, 8th, or 12th houses, which are trick houses. Then you may face some struggles, some challenges. You might not get that much benefits, and small obstacles will keep coming up. Like a project being about to complete, but at the last moment, something blocks it. That's the classic frustrating moment for you. But, and this is important. If your Rahu is in a fixed sign, which are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Let's say if it is placed in 3 number. For 3 number, it is the Taurus sign. And for Taurus sign, the ruler is Mercury. So here, Mercury is sitting in any of the 3 houses, which are 6th, 8th, or 12th houses. Then in this condition, you may not need to worry, because you cannot get big results instantly in this, but there won't be losses either. Your graph won't drop, but yes, things may take more time to shape up, but at the end won't be negative. The result won't be negative, it will be neutral. So this is kind of a neutral condition for you, but it is only applicable if the Rahu planet is placed in your fixed signs. Now, if that sign lord is sitting in a good house, I'm again talking about the Taurus sign. For Taurus sign, the lord is Mercury. So, if it is placed in good houses, in the sense Kendra houses, which are 1st, 4th, 7th, and 10th house. All other than that, there are another 3 auspicious houses, which are 5th, 9th, and 11th house. Then Rahu can work amazingly well for you. This is the kind of placement where you might suddenly wonder that where does this money come from? It could be unexpectedly gained. It could be an old investment suddenly shooting up. A stalled, project starting again on money you lent out long ago, returning without you even asking. So these sudden gains often happen when Rahu's Mahadasha, Antardasha, Pratyantardasha, or transit activates these specific houses. And when Rahu is stable in your chart, obviously it is stable, because if it is sitting in fixed signs, then what did I say for fixed signs? These are fixed in nature. So Rahu's nature is also affected by these signs. So it is stable in your chart. It can obviously change the way you think. You will get ideas to earn money in ways that others can't even imagine. And the funny part is, you won't even have to work too hard, and you will simply be in the right place at the right time. And of course, Rahu moves are always unpredictable. It can give you anything, but it will refuse or It will confuse you first. Sometimes it will make you feel like something big is about to happen and suddenly delayed, but that delay can turn out to be a blessing. And when the gains come, they will be sudden, but they will be a blessing. They can be delayed, they can be, they can be stuck there, but just you want to do one thing is that don't be expecting that those gains are going to come in your life. Those will be unexpectedly arriving to you in your life, and unexpectedly they will affect you. It is in the Rahu's hand that at which time you will get those unexpected sudden wealth gains. So these were some special conditions and a little unusual but truly very useful. Your Varna, which is your natural category, your nature, then the sign where Rahu is placed, and the house it occupies, all these, directly affect Rahu's results. But now, listen to the most important thing. Before applying any of these conditions, you must always keep few things in mind. First of all, check if Rahu is even a significator in your chart or not. Significator means if it is a Karak planet in your birth chart. Don't just look at which sign Rahu is in or which planet it is sitting with and so and so. Whether Rahu is a significator for you, which depends on the planet that owns the sign where Rahu is sitting. Is that planet benefic or malefic? And what is its dignity? Which house Rahu is in? And where is the Lord of Rahu's sign which is placed there? If you apply any condition without properly analyzing these points, you might reach to wrong conclusions. You will be left wondering that the chart says gain of wealth, but why it is not happening. And I know before commenting to this video that I checked all the conditions, and it says that gains of wealth are written in my chart, but they are not happening. So before commenting this, you have to go through these conditions, whether Rahu is a significant planet, and you have to check the sign in which is placed, what is the dignity, in which house it is placed, what is the Lord and where it is placed, in which Rahu is present there. So always remember, don't take shortcuts. Even when you listen our videos or someone else's videos, I told you from the starting of this video that take notes. Take one pen and paper and take notes so that you don't have to swap up and go back forward and then listen each and every point and each and every word. Note it down that I said that if Rahu is placed in Vaishya Varna, or sorry, if you are of Vaishya Varna, then it is auspicious. You noted that point, that's it. Your Varna is Kshatriya. You have to note that down. For that, you have to note that Rahu is not auspicious in Kshatriya and Brahman Varna, then you have to note that too. So this is how you have to take notes out of this video, and you can check from your birth chart later on. So this was all about this topic, and if you found this video even a little useful or relatable, then comment and tell me how Rahu is behaving for you in your chart. Well, we'll meet again in the next video with even more interesting topics. Until then, take care of yourself and your family. Keep a friendly bond with your birth chart. And remember, Rahu confuses, Rahu illusionizes. But if you see things with truth and clarity, the path will automatically become a clear path. So, thank you and Jai Kal Bhairav.